Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 EX automatic. This particular car is registered YY13UWB, and mileage at the start of the road test is 66,381 miles. The reason for doing the road test simply is that we want customers who have seen the cars in the adverts online to actually see the very car in operation. That way, if there's any issues in the vehicle, we can and we will relay them back to you. You know, we're acutely aware that lots of our customers come not just from the UK but over Europe as well. So obviously, if people are willing to go to great lengths to come to us, the least we can do is do this for you. It's also done on these lovely quiet country roads in this wonderful county of Gloucestershire. We're literally just a couple of minutes off the motorway as well, so it's ever so easy to get to. So coming to the car itself, engine of course, 1.8 VTEC engine, starts absolutely instantly, and it settles to a completely even idle, pulls absolutely beautifully. They are fantastic engines, very civilised, very docile even at the lowest of revs. But they pull keenly and hard all the way through to the red line. It's a really fabulous unit. Of course, cam chain driven, no cam belts on these Honda cars. That basically means no big cam belt service ever required. And in my opinion, it's the right way to join top and bottom of any engine. There's absolutely no warning lights on the vehicle at all. The only light which pings up the information light is for low fuel currently, which obviously I'll attend to by putting some fuel in the car. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, whether it be petrol, diesel or otherwise. Engine then goes through into the automatic gearbox. Very, very well matched to the engine of the car. The ratios are very well spaced, so it really does achieve very, very good fuel economy figures, but also gives it plenty of oomph, even sort of motorway speeds, accelerating away. Obviously, you should still do the same checks on the gearboxes, you know, regardless of repetition of how good a car might be. Obviously, when they're stationary, just pop them into drive and into reverse, just see if there's any delays or clunks, and then going into gear, and make sure obviously all the gear changes are smooth. And obviously this one is, because the Honda boxes are absolutely fantastic. I apologise by the way if it's a little bit dark. I'm running a bit late today, and so if it's a little bit dark, I do apologise. Steering of the vehicle, really well judged in these Civics. It's lovely and quick, very, very accurate. Matches the chassis absolutely brilliantly as well. It's quick enough to be, you know, dynamic, but not so quick it upsets the car. There's no playing it at all. Track's absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel at all at this speed, or any speed up to the legal limit. Chassis of the vehicle, Honda learned their lesson from the last generation, which I always loved and always have done. But some customers complained that the ride was a little bit too harsh in certain circumstances. Well, they've completely sorted it on this one, because it's a very, very comfortable car indeed. Really does ride the bumps beautifully, but it's lost none of the kind of verve and control and enthusiasm that the chassis previously offered. It's a really lovely dynamic car to drive. What I'm looking for also on road test, by the way, is as I'm going over bumps, as it thumps into bumps, just listening out for any kind of secondary noises that might be coming back up through the car. And that's normally things like anti-roll bar links, or, you know, rubber bushes that have perished. But there's nothing on this at all. It's absolutely silent in the way it should be. So just going to spin around here. Inside the vehicle, I mean, these are really well built cars. There's no trim buzzers, rattles. They feel lovely and solid, and the dashboards are fantastic. I've always gone on about these dashboards. I love them. Obviously got the soft touch textures on these top panels now, taken from the previous generation Accord. Again, last generation people complained that the plastics were very well assembled but maybe a bit too hard in all aspects, so Honda addressed that as well. But the dash design is just superb. Sat-nav working absolutely perfectly, dead simple and easy to use, and a much better system than the previous generation as well. And the phone books and the hands-free system is far better. Dual zone climate control system, really lovely high quality controls. The actuation of every control, primary or secondary, is absolutely brilliant on these Civics. But it just looks wonderful. What I love is this bit here, this top level of the two-tier dashboard. You've got a nice high-up display, information display up there with trip information, but then directly up above, in front of me, I've got the speedo of the car, which means I can look at the car in front as I'm driving or anything else, but at the corner of my eye, without taking my eyes off the road, I can see my speed as clear as day. It's just genius. It works superbly. Down below that, we've got more conventional pod of three binnacles, three little pods rather, with your temperature gauge, fuel gauge, and rev counter in the middle, with a display for what gear in as well. And obviously multifunction steering wheel with the paddles if you want to operate the car, gearbox manually, and it all works absolutely beautifully. As I said at the start of the video, the point of them is actually to be quite critical of the vehicle. The only thing I criticised on the vehicle in terms of kind of the operation of the car is nothing really. It's the windscreen wiper on the front was a bit smeary, so there's a new one coming that'll be fitted later today. Aside from that, it drives absolutely beautifully. It really does. They are superb cars to drive. Having said that, if I've missed something on this video, don't hesitate. Do please give us a call.